getting our treadmill session going. I always like to keep this flat while I'm talking to you guys, just so I can actually get the words out before I'm huffing and puffing. But I will be raising this to about a 7, and this is about the speed that I'm doing, which is a 3. So that's just typically how I do it. I know there's that viral program out there that's like, what is it, 10 incline, 3 speed, 30 minutes, something like that. That's a great way. That's like a good goal to be hitting. That's you want to get to that point. That's a very good spot to be. That's right with that zone 2. We want to be in zone 2 throughout this, just so we're hitting the fat stores as the fuel source, the best bang for buck. Also with the sustainability of this, like I can do this for an hour if I wanted to. I'm only going to do about 30 minutes, but I could do this for an hour because it's not strenuous enough for me to be absolutely flat exhausted when I'm going through this. So this is one of the key things to weight loss, one of the biggest things that can help you with your goals, striding literally closer and closer to your goals, because this does burn a substantial amount of calories if you stick to it and you do 2 of these sessions a day, or if you're walking normally anyway, going to the park, going on hikes, whatever it might be, getting those steps in. That's why you hear a lot of people talk about the 10,000 steps. It's not that specific number or anything like that. It is literally getting out, walking, being in zone 1 or zone 2. Zone 2 will give you a little bit more bang for buck. Once you jump into zone 3, like with jogging, that's when you start pulling a little bit more carbs, a little less fat. Zone 4, same thing, a little more carbs, a little less fat. So zone 2, it's kind of a Goldilocks spot. It's a good spot to be in, and that's why you might hear a lot of people talk about it. But this has been an integral part of me losing that 27 pounds, and this will continue to be an integral part of me losing 20 additional pounds. So we will be going with this. Absolutely. This is gonna 100% be a key part of the whole process continually. So I'm just looking to get on here. Usually I'll throw on some YouTube, a show, something, and just get 30 minutes in. I absolutely love this. It's easy to do. You can do this at the gym. You could go to the park and walk. You can walk around the neighborhood, whatever it is. Get out there and get your steps in. Nobody believes that it can really make that big of a difference. I promise you, 27 pounds. Proof in the pudding. And then add some weight training in for multiple reasons again. You want to look physical, you want to look athletic when you do thin down, because with yourself being in a deficit, you kind of like you're really putting strain on your muscles. It's not from the point of like physical exertion, but because you're so low on your calories, your muscles are having a hard time maintaining themselves. So what you'll see a lot of people do is they lean down and they're not doing any type of physical training, and they end up just kind of looking real twiggy, real extra wiry, leaned out, as opposed to looking athletic and looking strong and healthy. So plus building muscle on the side is going to make you burn more calories just in your day-to-day. So that is absolutely what we're going for. So the weight training will continue. This will continue. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, water intake. I will be shooting for about 100 to 120 ounces a day. That'll just be my constant level out, and I'll just be helping things move along, keeping everything cycling through the body, and help me ensure that I'm not holding on to excess water weight, and that we're seeing a little bit closer of a realistic number on that weight scale, because water weight can fluctuate so incredibly much. We're talking 1 to 3 pounds in a single day sometimes. So yeah, that's what we're going with. I'm hitting my 30 minutes. I will see you guys in a little bit. We got our 30 minutes in. 30 minutes, 233 calories. Heart rate's at 130. And if you can see, we're a touch sweaty. Perfect, exactly what we're looking for. Oh. Alright, walk is complete. We're sitting at 458 calories for the day so far. And that counts not only that walk, but also just walking throughout the house, doing things, grabbing things, that bumped it up the extra 200. So I did about 240 on there, and then an extra 200 to get us to that nice round 450-ish range. Time for meal number one. I'm having my prepped high protein breakfast burritos. And then I didn't know this existed. Also, video is up for this if you guys want to check these out and try them. Actually, oh yeah, video's up if you want to check these out, learn how to make them. I didn't know this existed. Let me know if I'm just behind. Beef bacon. Now it's a little lower in fat, a little lower in calorie. Honestly, not bad. Each strip, 45 calories, 5 grams of protein, 2.5 grams of fat, and only 1 carb. So honestly, not too rough there. But just for the sake of enjoyment, I think I'm gonna have a slice or two with this burrito. It's gonna put us just a touch over that 400 calories I was talking about. This is almost like 380 calories. And then I think I'm gonna go for 2 slices of bacon and just enjoy that on the side with some coffee. So we're gonna have a pretty full breakfast. It's gonna be pretty great. This I'm just gonna throw in the microwave. It's nice to reheat and very easy. And then the other one I'm just gonna pan fry it real quick. And then breakfast will be ready. So let's get that going. Biggest thing with nutrition and eating right, helping yourself, understanding what you should be doing with each of your meals. The way that I think about it is like, I have that end goal, I have the end goal of hitting 180 grams of protein with 1600-ish calories. So like I said, if you're having 4 meals, break it down, each meal's about 400 calories. I'm going to go a little over. That means my next thing can either be somewhat of a smaller snack. Maybe let's say, only go 200 calories on my next one. And then that still leaves me the 200 for the next. I think I'm going a little less. Yeah, a little less than 100 calories over. I'll put all the macros and everything right here. But what I'm saying is like balancing it out throughout the day is the most important part. So like for this meal, I'm looking to hit, if I'm going 180 grams of protein, I'm looking to hit what? Essentially almost 50 per meal. What is it, 45? 40, yeah, 45 a meal. So as long as I'm hitting close to that, you could be over or under, and then you're going to be fine again. You just need to know where you're at and adjust throughout the day. So I think this, with the burrito and the bacon, I think I'm going to be at 60 grams of protein, which is killer. And pretty low on the carbs, which is exactly what we want. If you're not planning on working out in the morning, I would say save your carbs until later. But if you're planning on hitting a nice heavy lift or something, could be good for you to get some carbs in and just get ready and fueled up for the gym. I like the consistency of this. I've literally never had this before. I'm very excited to try this. Why am I scissoring my bacon? Great question. I have found that when you make these little itty bitty strips, wait just a touch longer. When you make these little itty bitty bits, they crisp up quicker, they crisp up better, and it's just easier. And this is a little pan, so like 2 big strips aren't gonna fit in there. I don't even think this is gonna fit in there if I'm being completely honest. But hey, we'll get there. So yeah, what I'm looking at is just breaking out my day piece by piece, and then kind of figuring out from there whatever I have left or whatever I've gone over, where I need to pull back a little bit, where I need to add more. So like going so light on the carbs this morning, definitely going to allow us to have more carbs during the day and like a nice little snack of just carbs or something. Not just carbs, but primarily carbs. Or throwing a carb loaded snack in with something else. Adds that little extra, optionality to your day. I'm excited. I'm really honest. It smells really good. I love bacon. I am a bacon fanatic. I'm a bacon addict. I have a real problem with bacon. I've actually cut it out for the most part in most of my diet because it's too fatty. You know what I mean? But this might be the way to go. This might be the solution to all my problems. The only other thing is that it's like 2 strips is 90 calories. That's an extra 100 calories that I think into my meal. So I gotta pick and choose what I put away to allow me to have 2 slices of bacon. So it's all a balancing act. You just gotta adapt and overcome every single bit of it. But like I said, biggest thing for breakfast, biggest thing for meal one, high protein. Get your protein jam packed in there. You got eggs, you got bacon, you got ham, you got yogurt. If you really want to, that morning protein shake, you know what I mean? Hit your protein hard in the morning. It makes it a lot easier for you to do kind of whatever the rest of the day. I'm gonna fry this up, finish it up, heat that baby up, and then chow down. But yeah, again, macros, pretty solid. Pretty solid. Let's get to chowing. All right, I'll be 100% honest. I'm feeling very lazy today. I'm not gonna make anything for a snack, but for the sake of protein, I am going to have a can of tuna, which is fantastic on the macros. This one can of tuna is 180 calories, 33 freaking grams of protein. Are you kidding me? 0 carbs, and only 5 grams of fat. And then I'm also going to have some of these babies. You might have seen me try these before. Pretty solid. They're little poppable chips as opposed to fried, which greatly reduces the calories and the fat. 100 calories, 3.5 grams of fat, 17 carbs, 1 gram of protein. So we're getting 17 grams of protein, 33 grams of protein, 17 grams of carbs. Pretty good, and less than 300 calories, 280 calories. I'll throw the macros right here, but yeah, that's like simple snack, stuff like this. Like this is sour cream and onion, and then tuna. I know not everybody likes tuna. The other things you can have is like cottage cheese or yogurt in place of this, and yeah, just a little snack, a little something to hold you over. That's all I'm doing. I'm just having something I can enjoy, something I can kick back with. Also helps if you have they have chicken sauce, literally, like that's made for chicken. If you throw something like that on here, it really does help. Or if you like mustard, or if you like mayo, just get a lighter one. Mustard, you're fine. But if you really like mustard, I mean, you can try that. Tons of different ways you can make tuna a little bit better. I honestly don't mind it enough, especially because I'm just going to be mowing it down just for the protein content. And then, yeah, easy peasy. That's kind of what it looks like sometimes when you're just being lazy and you just, need to get your protein and need to get a few more calories in. So we ate at like noon. Now it's about to be 3, so it's been 3 hours. I would have liked to eat at 2, but work's been pretty busy, so been kind of swamped in meetings so far. So this is my lazy way to get in my protein and everything like that. All right, it is about 5 o'clock. Done with work. Doing some editing. Almost done with editing, actually. Laptop's in the way. My bigger one. This is my gaming laptop. Having another meal, another snack, whatever you want to call it. This time, we are having some leftovers, actually. This is some leftover dinner. Green beans and chicken breast. This is just lightly seasoned. Salt, pepper, garlic, the whole shebang. You know how it goes. Pretty simple, pretty easy. This plate right here. 50 grams of green beans, 100 grams of green beans. It's either 100 or 50. And then 200 grams of chicken breast. Yeah. Regardless. Calorie-wise, 250 calories. 46 grams of protein. Anytime you're having chicken with like some sort of veggie or something, you're going to have a super lean, low-calorie meal. And lots of protein. 5 fat, 4 carb. And then, on top of that, with this, after this, we're at 140 grams of protein for the day. And I think we're at about 1,000 calories, give or take. I can't remember exactly. I'll toss it right here. But, yeah, I mean, absolutely perfectly on track. I think we're ahead of schedule currently. With being at, 1,000-ish calories, that leaves us about 600, a little bit more calories for dinner. So, decently substantial dinner. I could have 2.5 of these, you know what I mean? And that'll be dinner. But that's not what dinner's going to be, but that is a potential, is what I'm trying to say. So, as you can see, I like saving it a little bit. I think I'm going to eat all this. We'll see. But at least the majority of it. I don't know if I'll finish all of the chicken breast, but close. So, yeah, definitely hungry. Definitely ready to eat some more. And, yeah, I'm just feeling pretty good. Honestly, I've been having to sit here and be at home all day. Like, I've been like tapping and fidgeting just because I am genuinely that energized today. There is something about eating these 4 meals equally spaced out that really gets me going. So if you haven't tried it before, I've tried the 6 meals. That's too many. Too many. I'm too hungry. I eat way too much. The 4 meals, it feels pretty good. 3 meals, I mean, I've done it before and I've struggled with it. I don't know what it is about the fourth meal. I have no idea. And then I've also done the like 1 to 2 meals. There's something about the 3 that's weird, and then 4 is good, and then above is all is weird again. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what causes it, but something just doesn't make it right for me. And if you're on your weight loss journey or you want to try, something new, I encourage you to try the intermittent fasting, 1 meal a day, 2 meal a day. I encourage you to try the grazing 6 meals a day, and I encourage you to try the 4 meals a day. Keep a journal or something like that, and like write down how you're feeling. Track your weight, understand where you're at, and understand how your meals are going to look different. You know what I mean? If I was eating only 2 meals a day, this would be huge right now. I'd probably have 2 to 3 plates of this essentially, and then have a huge dinner. You know what I mean? Typically, if I do that, I'll split it to where dinner's almost 1,000 calories. So my first meal would have been 600 and then 1,000. So I can have just a heaping plate of dinner. And that used to work for me pretty well, but 4 has been working extremely well. It's keeping me evened out for the day. And yeah, so I'm going to chow down. We're going to eat this, and then I think we're going to go for a walk. So we will hit a walk right after this. Just hitting the park and hanging out. So I'll see you guys for that. All right, it took a little longer than I thought. I took my time. Got caught up in some editing and got out here around 7. So we're out here before sunset. You can see the sun's going down for sure. But just hanging out, walking, enjoying it. It cooled down. It was like 90 today. Thank God it cooled down. Another important thing is, you don't gotta march along the whole time. It's not about you, speed and walking the whole way, trying to get as many laps as you can or whatever. I mean, if that's what you want to set out and do, I mean, absolutely go for it. But there's nothing wrong with stopping and smelling the flowers for a second, just enjoying everything else for just a minute or two, and then getting right back to it. Set out with some goals, like maybe you want to walk 30 minutes, and make sure that you hit those 30 minutes. If you stop, pause your watch or whatever, or pause that timer that you got going, and then walk the rest of the way. Or maybe you want a distance. Maybe you want to put in at least 2 miles. Just set out with certain goals going in to the walk. Hit those goals, enjoy yourself, hang out, take a seat for a little bit. Just don't be so casual with it the entire time that you miss the whole point of getting the physical activity in. All right, walk complete. What are we looking like? Let's see. Also, sun is nearly down. We're in the last little bits of daylight before we end up getting dark here. 31 minutes. 215 calories, let's go. And 3,000 steps. I cannot complain about that. 1.5 miles. Let's go. So now, on the day, we should be good in every aspect here. 887 calories. So 110 more calories to go, basically. Very, very doable with just being at home and kind of moving around before bedtime. I can't imagine that being any trouble for us to hit 1,000 today. And that was just 2 little walking sessions, you know what I mean? The first one, sure, that one was inclined, that one was at a higher speed and everything to really push ourselves. The second one, nice and casual. I'm sweating a little bit, to be honest. And that's just because, you put together a little bit of a pace and you get going and you really get into it. I always just throw in some earbuds and I'll throw on a podcast or YouTube videos and just listen. And even just a song or two, just anything to get you going to and if you don't want to do that and you enjoy listening to nature, by all means do that, you know what I mean? Just whatever gets you going, whatever helps you, just vibe out and forget about time and just go. Absolute best way you could. Just continually take off calories over and over. And if you do that, morning, noon, and night, you're absolutely going to see a difference. Or if you're able to go on a really long walk every now and again, it's going to pay dividends. It just absolutely is. There's no doubt about it. You're going to see, the benefits of it. And again, it's nothing crazy. You don't have to go super far. You don't have to walk hours and hours. If you're at a point where you feel comfortable jogging and like you're not getting injured, you're at a good point, you've put in some time, you've lost a little bit of weight, I would encourage you to start jogging every now and again, just not only to be healthier heart health wise and cardiovascular wise, but I mean, it's gonna burn calories a little faster, and you're gonna burn calories at a quicker rate. You just want to make sure that you're trying to stay in that zone 2. It's not like it's gonna ruin everything if you jump into zone 3, but that zone 2 really is kind of that perfect spot for you to do prolonged, sustainable, low impact, cardio. And yeah, that's something I've used. It's something I'm going to continue to use. It's easy, it's simple, it's very approachable, like who can't go out and walk for a little bit, at the park. If you just want to go to the gym and jump on the elliptical and do that, whatever works for you. You got to find what works for you. If you want to go hiking, go hiking. Now that it's getting nicer out and everything, I'm hoping to really start hiking more, and that should genuinely help me just absolutely shred down. The weight should be falling off once I get into the routine of that. I'm hoping, I'm gonna say this now, it's gonna be crazy, I don't think I'm actually gonna hit this, but a hike a week would be great. Even if it's a short one, just a hike a week would be awesome. I enjoy hiking. I'm just horrible at actually getting out and doing it. I go hiking maybe a handful of times when the weather's nice, and that's it. So it'd be nice to make that flip the switch. Maybe we'll start out going every other week at least once and see if we can push it up or something like that. Once every 3 weeks, I don't know. But yeah, that would be an awesome goal of mine to hit. I would really enjoy that. It's going to burn a ton of calories because you're going on that incline just naturally, going up and down, challenging yourself. So that's in the future for sure. But yeah, whether you have access to just some parks or around the neighborhood, if you got a dog, take the dog out. Take the dog on the walk. Tire your dog out. If you could tire your dog out, whew, you're doing something right. And yeah, so headed home now. I'm gonna grab some Din Din. We are doing I saw this, I'll find the creator. I wanna give credit where credit is due. But it is essentially like a hamburger sheet bake. You just throw all the ingredients of a hamburger into a sheet pan, or like one of those glass pans, the bakeware ones, and you just bake it, and it turns into like a little sheet of hamburger. And if you're using the lean beef, I mean, you're pretty set for getting the protein in again. So gonna have that. I will break down the macros for you guys, and if you guys are interested, and you want to see like me make it, and this is my first time making it, so this will be like identical to what the recipe is on the video. But if you guys want like me to mess with this and like tweak it and everything, let me know. I will absolutely tweak the recipe. I love taking recipes and putting them together, making new stuff. It's just fun, I enjoy cooking. Do I have all the time in the world to do it? Hell no. That's why I'm trying to throw stuff together as quickly as possible. Microwavable stuff, like that meal prep, so you can just microwave it and enjoy it afterwards. Absolutely clutch. Exactly what you need. All right, I will catch you guys inside for Din Din. We'll go from there. I would, Sue. All right, here it is. Looking very good. It smells honestly like a mix between a taco and a burger. It smells very good. I'm very excited to have this. This is 310 grams of a slice. With this being this whole little plate, it is pretty hefty. Let me think. 1 second. We're looking at 445 calories for this guy, and 62 grams of protein. And that's good eats right there. I'm excited to try it. It smells very good. I didn't bring a fork. I'm just gonna bite it real quick. Yep. Very burger-esque. Awesome flavor. I like it a lot. You chop up little pickles in there and everything. And honestly, it's just a deconstructed burger. Pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. This will definitely start to become a new staple in my diet. All right, guys, I'm gonna chow down on this. That'll leave me with, I think, 115 calories, 150, somewhere in there. With that, I don't know. Maybe I'll have a little fudge bar. Those are only 90 calories, and I really don't need any more protein in the day, so I could kind of toss it, and just kind of have whatever. But we'll see. I'll have something small, maybe some chocolate or something, just enjoy myself. Easy day, honestly. You guys are seeing what a active rest day looks like for me. Kind of a full day of eating. Very simplistic, very easy. This is for like if you're lazy or busy or whatever it might be. You don't have to make all these elaborate meals and all these crazy things. You don't need a ton of meal prep for every single thing. Just make extra dinners, make some extra portions, and then you're set. You know what I mean? It's all part of the process. So I'm gonna chow down. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you, as always, for showing up, joining me along the journey. I hope you guys are still crushing it out there, seeing the progress, leaning down, getting fit, getting healthy. As always, look better, feel better, be better. Catch you in the next one.